Each and every Tuesday, we pick the minds of vibrant women in business, making strides, doing big things. But before that, there's a new fortune in town. Spread me. It's the all-new fortune low-fat spread for bread. It's yummy, delicious. It spreads easily, has a creamy taste, and is packed with 7 essential vitamins to keep our little stars energized. So whether it's on bread, biscuits, corn, toast, or anything in between, you need to reach out for Fortune low-fat spread. It's always on point, and every bite is yummy, delicious. Trust me on this one. Fortune low-fat spread for bread is always on point. This advert is FDA approved. Well, my womanpreneur, she's seated this morning, clad in hot pink from head to toe. Enyonam Manye Adjetey is the executive producer. The Ghanaian Farmer. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
All of this for me?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm flattered. Enyonam, I am flattered.
Right.
And you call yourself the Ghanaian Farmer?
Yes.
But there are many Ghanaian farmers. How are you the Ghanaian Farmer?
Oh, no.
What are you trying to tell us?
I am the only Ghanaian farmer.
Right.
You know? Yes.
You stamped your authority.
That's it. I'm the go-to person.
The go-to person. And you're certainly showing us why. I follow you keenly on the socials. And in fact, you were there on for our pitch. Women in a Greek pitch sometime, I'd say a couple of months ago.
I think 2 months ago.
About 2 months ago when we had the competition, and it was a truly exciting time. But you've recently been out of town. I believe you were in Senegal.
Yes.
And I was following what was going on there. You were having some impactful conversations. But before we even get to that, for those who don't know what you do, tell us a little bit about the Ghanaian Farmer, how you got into farming.
Right. Thank you very much. Good morning to you and your audience. So the journey to becoming a young farmer and an advocate in the line of agriculture started 2020 when the COVID happened and everybody was home. Come to think about it, as a farmer's daughter, I also study agriculture. And I realized that I've been following my father to the farm a lot of the times. But growing up and practicing as a PR and a journalist, little is said about farmers' work, their effort, and all the things they do. One of the biggest industries or sectors that also creates most employment is agriculture. And so I realized that there was a niche in that area that I can tap into and start off by telling their stories. So a lot of young people, including older generations, can know the process that farmers go through for you to have food on your table at the end of the day. So investors also who are looking for opportunities to invest in will not only end up investing in the oil and gas and the real estate, but will consider helping or investing in the farm area so that it become better, just like we are looking at it to become. So I started off, wrote the script, put my team together, and reach out to the various agri directors. So I call you, I tell you, this is what I want to do. Give me some of your great farmers in your region. Let me come and tell their story. So one after the other, you go to this region, another director will see, say, oh, when are you coming to my region? So I started off that way. So 2 years down the line, I have spoken to a number of farmers, and I realized that, okay, you are preaching, go into farming. Farming is rewarding. How about you practicing what you're preaching? So together with my team, we had to go to Sege.
Okay.
On your way heading to Adan, to go and lease about 45 acres of farmland from the owners. And then we started off with sweet potato, the orange flesh.
Okay.
However, I think I've said this here before, that before we invested our money into the soil, we had to identify an off-taker, somebody who is willing, somebody who says, okay, the potato, this is the variety I want, so produce this for me and I'll buy. So that's what we did last season, and this season we are continuing. And we've realized that farming is rewarding, Helen. It is a jealous venture. You need all your time. You need commitment. It is also expensive. Don't let anybody deceive you that farming doesn't need money. You keep investing in it, until it start yielding result, or you start harvesting and selling, being it aquaculture or being in livestock or crop farming. It takes some time.
Right.
So when you invest your 10,000 or your 20,000 into either an acre or a rabbit or a grass cutter or poultry farm today, in about 3, 6, 1 year, then you're expecting to start recouping bit by bit.
So you have to be patient.
It's time. It's time. Don't rush it, but make sure before you go into it, you put all the systems in place. Identify which location you want to have your land. You should be able to decide if it's rainfall farming or it is irrigation you want to do. Who are you selling to? Is it a targeted cooperative, market women, restaurant, or hotels? You need to identify those people. Continuous investment. Where are you going to get some funding to keep investing in the farming until you start harvesting or you to start making sales? All these plans need to be put in place. And of course, you can't do away without the digital space.
That's right.
That's it. For a very long time, our farmers are producing. They are crying about marketing. But tell you what, there are a lot of buyers on digital media.
Really?
Right now, when I got here, there was a young man who called me, I want seed to buy. So imagine if you are into seed, you buy seed and sell, and you're not vibrant on digital media, then you are missing a client.
You're missing out, and that's something that I noticed from your page. Every time you put out some information about farming or farming opportunities, I see hundreds of comments, and a lot of them actually had no idea. They had no idea.
Yes, so that's why we have to encourage our farmers, being it you're in a rural area or the urban place. If you have a smartphone and you can't do this, how about your son or daughter who is in the junior high or senior high? At least she can take a photo. She can write a caption. Okay, this is aubergine, this is eggplant, this is carrot. We have this variety, this location. We can supply you. Try to leverage on the digital media space to promote your crop so that the buyer out there who is looking for you can actually find you and do business with you. So we put all these systems in place before we started. Hence, we didn't have to struggle to look for buyers. And creating a brand, as in the Ghanaian Farmer from 2020 to 2024, the level of success and impact, I mean, the impact I've made, I am still making. But the benefits I am deriving from doing what I do, I never could have imagined that Ghanaian Farmer would bring me this much success. I am surprised at the amount of impact that I'm making in Ghana and beyond.
Is it luring more young women to want to get into farming like you do? We see you up and down. You've been to Senegal recently. You seem to also be enjoying what you do. What has the feedback been from young women? Do they now also want to get into farmer and become the next Ghanaian farmer? So
I volunteer on a program called NASAC. What they do is they travel from universities and engage young people. So for me, I handle the agribusiness talk. And anytime I meet them, I try to open their eyes to the different opportunities that you can explore. For instance, the Senegal case you're mentioning. I was right here in Ghana and I got an email that we're looking for young agric influencers who are using social media to promote farm and make a livelihood out of that. So I was selected, in addition to another young man who is also using his social media to promote agriculture. So among us, there was Rwandans who were there, Nigerians were there, Kenyans, Ugandans, and then Senegalese were there. So we're about 12 young agric influencers. And we're brought together for brainstorming. So right now, they want it to be opened. They want it to be like an academy so they can make it attractive to more young graduates who are home, whether you study agriculture or not. That's all they want is you're passionate about it. You want to use your hand, the handset you have, the phone you have, to create a positive impact and make a living out of it. Because here you get farmers or agrochemical dealers, fertilizer people who said, hey, I have this video. If you post, how much will you charge me? So by the time you wait for a whole 1 month to get your salary, I am making multiple times of that in a week, because fertilizers people are coming, seed people are coming, the farmers themselves are calling you. I have a commercial farm here. How much will you charge me to come and do a documentary to create visibility for my farm? So we are encouraging young people. So anytime I go out there was this young lady who called me from Tech, KNUST. She said her father doesn't want her to go into journalism. And I said, which area of journalism do you want to explore? She said she wanted to do agri journalism. And I said, did you explain to him the benefit that comes? And on your social media, what are you using it to do? So before someone can believe in what you do, there must be evidences of it.
Yes.
A lot of the young people would approach you and say, hey, I want to do this. But when I go on their pages to check, it's more of I'm at a wedding, then he take the people.
Right. So that focus on agri is missing out there.
It's missing.
But I want to find out, what was the common theme that was running through the conversations you had with other young persons coming from Africa interested in agriculture? You said there were Rwandans there, Nigerians there.
Yes.
Was there a common theme that was running through your conversation? Something that we can all point to? Or in their countries, are young people equally as passionate about agri as the reps are?
The vibrancy in East Africa young people, when it comes to agri,
really,
you have no idea.
So they are passionate, they're involved.
You just monitor influencers on Twitter, X. It's X now.
Yeah.
Monitor the East Africans. My goodness.
What is the difference? What are they doing that they're not doing?
The difference is, for instance, I'll use Rwanda.
Yeah.
The difference is that the Ministry of Food and Animal Resources, I think that's how they call it. The connection, the linkages between the ministry and the youth wing who are into agriculture and studying agriculture in school is very strong. For instance, when they have opportunities, we have a lot of the same organizations we have in Ghana. We have them in Rwanda, FAO, World Food Program.
Right.
All these companies are there. Opportunities that these organizations have, for instance, COP.
Right.
Last year, COP, the ministry recommended the young people who are studying agri in school for these organizations to sponsor to go to COP.
I see.
To go and learn about the climate issues, to go and contribute. We are the young people. We are the future.
That's right.
Of the world. So we know how climate is impacting on food production. We know how to educate or engage farmers on climate change. So support us with resources and let's do the work. What I mean is that the connection with the young people who are into farming or agriculture advocacy versus the ministry is solid. Every opportunity that comes, which is youth related, they call on the right people to actually participate. But what's the story here? I have been doing this for 4 years, and my first award for rural agriculture journalist came from Canada.
From Canada?
Yes.
From international shows?
International. There's an organization there called EFAC, and what they do is annually they fish out young journalists who are going to rural communities to tell the stories of farmers. That was where my first award came from. I've been doing this for 4 years, and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture in Ghana has still not identified me, seen my works, or invited me that, Enyonam, we appreciate what we do. We like what you do. How about we signing you up as a young ambassador for our Greek? Let's support what you do and see how best you can influence others. Helen, if I give you the number of invoices that you receive, is it that, Enyonam, I have a land, I don't have resources to do the farm, or Enyonam, I have the land and the resources, I don't have the knowledge. Enyonam, I want you to coach me on how to do the farming, how to be a brand for myself so I can be able to make a living from agriculture. Look, the interest for young people to go into agri is escalating, but the disconnect between the young people and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is a big challenge. A funding opportunity comes, it goes right into the ministry. How is it impacting?
It doesn't trickle down for others to also...
How is it, impacting we, the young people who want to go into funding? For instance, the PFJ Phase 2, they said they've rolled out.
As the Planting for Food and Jobs 2.0. You're not seeing its impact.
How? I questioned one of the people in charge that, how do we get to this. They said, go to your district office, meet the agric officers, talk to them, they'll kind of measure your land. But I tell you what, a lot of people's data have been taken. They still haven't received their input or anything. So if we want to build the confidence of young people, if you want to support more young people to go into agric, if you want them to appreciate or feel how it is to go into farming, let's bring that connection. Let's identify those who are already in the space, who are doing well. Let's appreciate their effort for the first one. Secondly, ask them, what do you need to encourage more of your colleagues to join you? Recently, on social media, I tweeted it. Agric college graduates were going for, is it demonstration or calling press conference, that state farms were not employing them. Why is it so? You've gone to study agriculture in school.
Yeah.
There are people living abroad, Helen, who want farm supervisors. You are there and you say you don't know where the jobs are because they don't know.
They simply don't have the knowledge.
They simply do not know how to fish out people who need their services to work from. I work with one of the biggest vegetable farm in the world, Marflis Trust. The national service people who went to his farm last year, most of them had left because they said the work is too hard. But come on now, Helen, no money comes so cheap.
That's right.
Even this, my phone, to create content, do you know how I struggle? To put it on the tripod, position it, get the sound correct.
It's hard work.
It's hard work. So young people too, please, can we change our mindset?
So that's something that you also, the signals you're also picking. That
yes.
We as young people also have to be more up and doing.
Soft skill. All the works cannot be soft skill. The money you want cannot come easy.
You have to get into the field, get your hands dirty, be consistent.
I went to Turkey 2 years ago, thanks to World Food Program in Ghana, because they've seen the works I do. I've moderated some of their event for them. And I said, I want to go to an agri conference in Turkey. They said 100% sponsored, go.
Wow.
I went to Rwanda free because of the Ghanaian Farmer.
All because of the passionate work that you're doing and your influence and presence on social media.
I went to Cape Town, sponsored by ICRA in Ghana here. I've gone to Senegal thanks to the MasterCard Foundation and Caribou Digital. So if you're a young person out there, my word is that your social media should bring you something positive. If it's all about taking wedding and engagement, then you forever remain poor.
Enyonam, shots fired. Shots fired.
You forever remain poor.
Shots fired.
If you're using your social media all about my wedding today, I'm in a funeral, to engagement, you will be poor. But if you want to change your life, for me, I said that my father is not too poor, neither is my mother poor. But I wanted to beat the status quo they built for themselves. My father hasn't drove. He's not bought a car. Even though he's bought land and built house, he's not bought a car. I bought a car. My father has not gone to Aburochire. I've gone to Aburochire. I've bought my own land. I'm building thanks to the Ghanaian farmer. I am comfortable. Look, I don't complain. I won't call you to beg for money. Thanks to the Ghanaian farmer.
You're doing it on your own.
Agric is gold. So if you are out there, you are unemployed, and the country is not creating jobs, Media General cannot employ everybody. They can give you internship. But beyond the internship, what are you doing for yourself? You have to begin to change the narrative from your corner and not wait for someone to come and change.
Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to come and give you a handout.
That's it.
If you're listening to Enyonam's Passion this morning, I hope it is fortifying you. It is giving you some ideas. Time check, it is some 5 minutes to the top of the hour. And I tell you what, this conversation will certainly have a part 2 because the comments you guys are putting on the stream, I can't even read all of them. You say you are inspired. Hey, Enyonam, somebody says, they are going to start preparing their land. I don't know what crops it is that you are going to be producing. Somebody else says, yes, the passion is very palpable all the way from Kwabinya. Shout out to Kwabinya this morning. But if you're listening, this is Womanpreneur on 3FM Sunrise. Enyonam Manye Adjetey is the Ghanaian farmer inspiring us this morning. Not long to go before we wrap up on this segment. But how easy or how difficult would you say, Enyonam, it is to get your foot through the door? So let's say you have the idea of wanting to cultivate sweet potato like you did. Maybe you have have some land, but you don't know where to start from. How difficult, how complex is it to just start?
Thank you very much. So that's why I launched an initiative, or I'm about to.
Okay.
Let me say, we're about to. Tomorrow, Wednesday, at ISA Conference Hall at University of Ghana, we are launching an initiative called Agric for Girls.
Agric for Girls?
The men, please forgive me. Forgive me. I've been attacked. Oh, why?
I can imagine.
All the money, everything Greek. Please forgive me. But we'll do something for the men. Agric for Girls.
Sure.
It's launching tomorrow, 9 a.m. prompt at University of Ghana. What you are asking is what I'm about to do. It's the numerous people who said, I have 1 acre. I want to start something. How do I start? So you come tomorrow. Let's meet with you. We have 5 dimensions we are looking at. So social agriculturist, which is what I do, content creator, an influencer. If you have a phone, a smartphone, I will train you on how to go about creating content for the farmers who don't have the voice or the opportunity to use social media. It takes time to build a brand, Helen. So don't start in a 6 month or 1 year and think that, oh, the benefits Enyonam is enjoying, I will start soon. It took me 4 years to get here. For big brands, last week I MC for Netherlands Embassy. It took me 4 years to get here. For all these organizations to identify you. So please, let's take it easy.
Sure.
We'll train you on how to become a content creator. If you want to start mushroom, Helen, in your kitchen, you can start growing mushroom.
Really?
Yes. You don't have to start from everything. I mean, there are those who prepare the bags, the medium, before growing the mushroom. So there are farmers, what they do is they grow the medium or they prepare the medium. Then you who want to have a small space to do, you go and buy from them. In your kitchen, get a nice cabinet. Let a carpenter put, some small size, arrange them, water them for some weeks, and then go to that restaurant or that hotel, choba, I have mushroom. I want to sell to you. That's your agribusiness.
It's not a complicated affair at all. Enyonam, we could go on and on. But tomorrow we anticipate what you have in store for us at 9 a.m. University of Ghana. But do plug the socials for us. I want as many of our young ones to follow you. I follow Enyonam. I'm constantly learning new things and also being inspired. I'm not a Greek-minded. My parents are. But this year, I said I want to get my foot through the door. So plug the socials for us, please.
Thank you very much. So wherever you are, the Ghanaian Farmer, from YouTube to X to LinkedIn to Facebook, Instagram, the Ghanaian Farmer. There is only one.
If there are any challenges, let me know. If there are any challenges, do let me know. Enyonam, I am inspired by your passion and your hard work this morning. Thank you so much for gracing our studios. And keep on doing what you're doing. I know this won't be the last time we have an interaction. I'm keen to do some more with you. And young people, get close to Agric. It's nothing so complicated, nothing so I mean, there's a lot of opportunity out there. And in fact, even leveraging on technology, I know that there are people doing some incredible stuff. I remember some years ago, some young people came, and even from the comfort of your home, you could log in and purchase a pig or start to rear a pig. So you know of some of these interventions that our neighbors, I'm sure East Africa, they are doing some crazy stuff. And we'll soon be picking your thoughts on that and expanding that conversation on Agric. We have to save ourselves. That wealth we have to put in our own pockets. Enyonam, you're fantastic. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Have an amazing week.
You too.